Mm. What's up, everyone? What a beautiful, wonderful day it was today. We have it as Thursday, so it was phenomenal. Ended up having a couple conversations today, a couple connection points. One was from an individual that I came across on TikTok. And if you're on TikTok, the lady is the Peacock Mama, Christina. And myself and Patrick met with Christina and the host of the podcast, which I'm getting ready to go in here to post the link for the podcast, which is uh, Convos with the Collectives. Beautiful thing that they're doing, wonderful thing. It's a podcast that's focused on women empowerment. And so, if you're looking for a new podcast, highly suggest go check out this podcast, what they're doing, conversations that they're having. They're just necessary. And Christina brought up the fact that they had a couple young gentlemen that listened to the podcast, and the gentlemen are like, "Man, I didn't realize that women had this trouble of trying to break through and whatnot, especially because the career field that they're really in is the sports field. So trying to break in there and all that." And Christina brought up the fact and flipped it on him and said, "Yeah, you think it's a problem here, but you got to think you're a young individual. And so you trying to break into your new career, facing the same thing that women are facing." So it was a powerful thing to have the conversation. But I've posted in the comments the link to the show. And like I said, if you're looking, they're on Spotify and Apple. But the podcast, because that doesn't show the name of the podcast, like I said, it's Convos with the Collective. And the host is Ryan Guy, Ryann, and then Guy, Guy. But it's just phenomenal to make these connections and to just speak with individuals and have a conversation and see what we can do to help each other out. What can we do to come together as a collaborative group to help spread the word? And so this is one thing that, as a podcaster that's in the environment, if you don't realize the power of the word of mouth aspect, but it's called a launch team. So having individuals that share your content through their personal page, whatever it is, through their social media, and sharing it with other people. And so that's one thing that I talk and I do as a call to action is asking people to share it. And there is a hashtag that I like to use, which is hashtag be a friend, tell a friend. And I joke too, and this comes from Pat McAfee, but if the episode just wasn't for you, doesn't resonate, then you just keep moving on and whatnot. But it is one of those things that word of mouth is huge, and social media has given us such a large advantage to us to be able to share information very quickly to a lot of individuals. And I think people have this tendency to not give the support, which is okay. I find it unique, and we've talked about this, that man, your closest friends and family sometimes are the worst people when it comes to lifting you up and sharing what you're doing, because they've been jaded and they know who you are. And so they're going off of that old perception of who you are, and they don't give you a chance to shine through and showcase what you're doing and whatnot. So it is a unique thing that what I'm seeing from compared TikTok compared to Facebook is the fact that it's more supportive on TikTok And that's just a platform full of strangers than what you see on Facebook, which it kind of baffles me, but you know what? It's okay. I show up, play big, share the value, do what I need to, and just keep moving forward because you've got to show up. You've got to have the consistency, and that legitimately is going to open up the door for others to have the permission to show up and play big. But I have to give a shout out. I talked about it earlier today. Ended up sharing it on my Facebook on the post that I made today. But give a shout out to Trinity. We met with her yesterday, myself and Patrick, and had a conversation. And then a couple things that we talked about. She went out there, did the live, talked about the fact that it was kind of the fear and not her normal aspect of going live, but to see the support that she has received on sharing her vision, sharing her dream, and the support that she got from people was huge. And so it's awesome because just having the conversation kind of allowed her to say, okay, let me go do this. And she talked in her video, one of the hashtags is you can't eat me. And so I think she was talking about the fact of fear. Maybe I'm going off the wrong thing here, but fear can't eat you unless you let it eat you up and whatnot. So just grateful to see and hear what she had talked about in her life. And then like we had Mandy Renee on the Dreamer Cipher yesterday. Patrick brought up, he's like, you know what? We've had last couple of days of just meeting some very strong, badass women that are doing big things. And it's just a blessing to be in the position that we are, to meet with individuals and just to get to learn about somebody else, get to hear their story, get to hear what they're doing and their vision and their dream, and having the ability to let people come on and just be true to themselves, to be their authentic self without the fear is a beautiful thing. And I know Mandy gave us props yesterday for just creating the Dreamer Cipher and having those open, unscripted, raw conversations that need to take place. And so I'm just grateful. It's a beautiful thing of what's happening, things that are growing and taking place. And it's just coming along, and I'm grateful for it. And then I've got a special guest that will be coming on to the divorce pod in 2 weeks. Um, just doing some phenomenal things within the relationship between parents and kids. And I was talking to her today. I was like, man, just mind blown with what she does. And to hear her story of what she experienced growing up and hearing that and seeing the connection of what she does and why she does it, and to hear her story, I was like, that right there. It's that heart story. It's that one piece of who you are, why you do what you do, and what really drives you. And so I'm grateful, excited, just ecstatic that I have such a great business partner in Patrick, and for his heart and his drive and his focus on others, and just being a rock in the community and really lifting people up, really pushing them up and helping them out. It's huge. It's phenomenal, and just grateful that I get to call Patrick a friend, but also a business partner, and just excited with what is taking place, what is growing, and to see what's taking place for other people, especially, is phenomenal because what Trinity has going on with what she's bringing to the forefront and to the community is huge. It's needed. And from what she's told us, she's gotten great feedback. So it's go time. Here we go. Let's get it out. Let's see what we can do. But I'm just grateful. And so I would just ask that you take the time and reflect and see what you may be missing out on. What connections are you missing out on because you're fearful to ask questions of others? You're fearful of showing up, being transparent, being vulnerable, and playing big, and being fearful of what people may think or say. And what I would tell you is say, screw them. If they don't like it or they want to judge you, cool. Thank you. You're not part of the journey. You can sit on the sideline and watch. Here we go. But you've got to show up and you got to play big. Because if you hold back and you don't do what you should do, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to impact the lives of others. And within being human, we're social creatures. We're meant to be together. We're meant to have the relationships to help each other get to that next point. You can go fast by yourself or you can go far together. And so, what do you want? Do you want to go fast, but end up in a plateau because you're only going to what you know? Or do you want to come together, build your tribe, and go far together? It's a choice that you got to make and understand that the journey is so much better with your tribe, with your friends that you can call true friends and that may call you out and say you need to quit with the bullshit and show up. Because too many people want to sugarcoat shit and end up not showing up for whatever reason. Got class going on right now, so gotta love it. But what are you doing? What do you need to do to go take that next step to make that stride to where you want to go? And what are you holding back from when it comes to the connections that you need to make? Who are you not connecting with that you should be connecting with because you're not being transparent and vulnerable and you're not showing up and you're not playing big? You're still hiding behind your pseudo mask. And it sucks because if you can't be true to yourself in every part of life, like life is tough. And so if you're playing this game of let me be true in certain areas, but then let me have my mask on and be my fake false self, it's tough. It's not going to work out and it's not going to be fun. So I would say screw it. You're not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody is going to resonate with you, which is okay. Just show up and play big and be your true self. And so again, if you're catching this towards the end, in the comment section, I've posted the podcast that we had met with Christina today and Ryan Guy. Combos with Collectives. It's on Spotify and Apple. Highly suggest go check it out. Go listen to the podcast. Just some powerful stuff that they're bringing. And then if you missed the Dreamer Cipher from last night, go check that out. Go listen to what Mandy had to speak on yesterday. Just a tough topic, but that's where the Dreamer Cipher comes into play is having those tough topics, having those tough conversations, but not leaving anything off the table. Nothing is not going to be touched. It's open dialects. We let the conversation go as it needs to and go from there. So, other than that, if there's any aha moments that you took away from this, would love to hear what that is for you. Put it in the comments to see what's going on. Like I said, hashtag be a friend, tell a friend, share this. It's so easy. There's a little share button down there. Just share it. And social media has given us advantage to quickly share information. So, other than that, appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for you being you. Thank you for everything that you do. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great night. Peace out.